What happened to you? Oh, yeah. Lucas and Dylan. This is somewhere else.
You guys want to shoot up? This is just Luce and I, so you need to see. You want to be in chain?
Oh,
All right, we're gonna start.
yeah, that's how
Okay, great. Can everybody hear me?
yeah.
Loud enough? Too loud? Just right.
Just right.
On behalf of Mike's family, Doreen and Josh and Angie and Addison and Lewis, their spouses, their children, and their dear family friend, where are you, Mary Lou? Thank you for coming to this memorial gathering to honor the memory of Mike Rogers. I'm Steve Brewer, and I've gotten to know this family through my son Josh, a close family friend of all the Rogers. Yesterday, when I was thinking about preparing this, I thought, boy, I got a lot of affection for this family, and I hate the stiffness at the beginning of memorials, so I asked my son Josh and Lewis a little bit ago, how about if we turn and ask everybody to hug each other? And they really quickly said, no, Mike would say to hell with that. So then my son Josh said, you know what would be appropriate is ask them to turn and kiss each other on the lips. That's up to you. But here is what I'm gonna do, and I did this yesterday when I was doing a real Hoosier thing, and I think of Mike at some level as a very worldly Hoosier. I was mowing and trimming bushes, and I kept thinking of Mike in one of those boater hats, those straw hats, leaning back with sunglasses on, enjoying jazz. So you can kiss if you want, or you can just imagine Mike right now in a way you'll love to think of him as a bunch of us share our reflections. I'm the MC right now, and I'll be sort of guiding us through the program. One other thing, you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but about halfway through the program, after Addison reads a poem, there's gonna be an opportunity for anybody to speak who would like to, okay? So, it's fitting that we're gathered together to celebrate Mike's life right here, on the 4th of July, a day his family opened up their house and hearts to scores of family and friends. As you all know, the Rogers are a special family, not only to their friends and loved ones, but actually to this community here in Bloomington, Indiana. They're earthy, they're generous, they're quick to laugh, and they're really loyal friends. And they love art in many forms, especially music. As I told either Addison or Doreen once after I had met them and known them for a few years, this is a deep dive for those of you who know old movies. In some ways, they reminded me of the Sycamore family in the popular play and movie of the 1930s, You Can't Take It With You. A close-knit clan of artists, all with differing enthusiasms, all under one roof. In my memories, they're always under one roof. Whose passions made each of them interesting and engaged with each other and the world. These are some of the ways I think about this family. And a key to what we love about the whole family is Michael Charles Rogers. His daughter, Angie, wrote a wonderful little overview of her dad, and I'm gonna read that right now. Michael Charles Rogers, May 23rd, 1950 to June 25th, 2025. Michael Charles Rogers passed away peacefully on June 25th, 2025, surrounded by the love of his family. He was 75. He was a beloved husband, father, grandfather, brother, brother-in-law, uncle, cousin, and friend, leaving behind a lifetime of memories. Born in Evansville, Indiana, to Charles William Rogers and Beta Marie Fuller Rogers, Mike grew up with a creative soul and a fiercely independent mind. He graduated from North High School in 1968, attended the University of Evansville and Herron School of Art, and later fulfilled a personal goal by earning his bachelor's degree from Indiana University in 1995. Mike met the love of his life, Doreen, at Herron School of Art, and they married on November 18th, 1978. He was a proud and loving father to 4 children, Josh and his wife Rosemary, Angie and her husband Rob, from a previous marriage, and together with Doreen, Addison, and Lewis, who's married, of course, to Casey. He found immense joy in his 8 grandchildren, Minnie, Quentin, Dylan, Ella, Lucas, Abigail, and the youngest Rogers grandkids, Benny, and the newborn Theo, sons of Lewis and Casey. Mike also shared a deep bond with his late sister, Vicki Campbell, and her late husband, Kenny, and was a beloved uncle to their children, Jennifer, Christy, and Matt. He also held a special place in the extended family of his wife, Doreen, including her brother, Martin, and his wife, Donna, and their children, Meredith and Joe, and her sister, Gail, married to Mike. Mike's path was anything but ordinary. Before college, he spent a summer working on the railroad. In the 80s, he drove a taxi in Indianapolis, an experience that gave him no shortage of wild stories. Together with Doreen, they opened a pottery shop called Plaza Pottery, and he even built floats for Indy 500 parades. He later returned to school to earn a CPA and worked as an accountant through the 90s and beyond, but no matter his job title, he was an artist at heart. It was in woodworking where his creativity and precision truly shined, designing and constructing beautiful, functional spaces with his own hands. His backyard deck and enclosed pool house became the heart of countless family gatherings, especially during the 4th of July parties. He was never happier than when cooking for the people he loved, whether preparing pulled pork with his own signature barbecue sauces, baking breads and pies, or delicious homemade soups. No recipe was too complicated for Mike to tackle. Thanksgiving dinners were equally grand, made from scratch with the same joy and care he brought to everything he did. He had no trouble accommodating everyone's request or taste. From gluten-free to paleo, vegetarian to vegan, Mike delighted in making sure everyone was taken care of. A lifelong liberal, Mike was a devoted reader of the Huffington Post, a loyal public radio listener, and a follower of politics with strong convictions and a great sense of humor. He loved to learn about Civil War history and made several trips to Gettysburg. He enjoyed British television shows from BritBox and PBS, classic comedy, and I gotta have a side note now. This Mike and I may have been the only two people I know who refers to W.C. Fields as W.C., particularly the wit of W.C. Fields and Woody Allen, and music that stirred the soul. Jazz was his foundation, with favorites like Thelonious Monk, Miles Davis, Bill Evans, Charles Mingus, Ben Webster, Ella Fitzgerald, and Duke Ellington. He also appreciated crooners like Frank Sinatra and Bobby Short, the sophisticated stylings of Red Garland and Brad Mehldau, and even a soft spot for Gino Vanelli, Diana Ross and the Supremes. And of course, if you look at the back of your program, Willie Nelson. In a final moment of connection, his family sang on the road again to him as he peacefully passed. His eclectic taste and deep appreciation for rhythm and nuance helped shape the musical path of his sons, Addison and Lewis, who now perform together in the band Busman's Holiday, a fact that brought him immense pride. His home was filled with love, music, good food, and always dogs. He was preceded in death by his beloved Madeline and is survived by his loyal companion, Suki. Perhaps nothing symbolized Mike's love more than the gallery wall in his bedroom, covered in photos of family and friends. If your picture made the wall, you knew you were cherished, whether through food, gifts, or heartfelt gestures. Mike was incredibly generous with his time, his talents, and his love. He leaves behind a legacy of family, creativity, honesty, razor-sharp humor, one hell of a backyard, and the snappiest hat collection this side of the Mississippi. He will be missed beyond measure. Now, Matt Nowlin, Dylan Mahoney, Jess McLean, and Mike's son Lewis will play a traditional hymn arranged by one of Mike's favorite musicians, Thelonious Monk, "Abide with Me." Next, Joshua Brewer is going to read a poem. Mike had asked Josh to speak at his funeral, and this is a poem that Josh and some of the guys that are buddies have in common. So Josh wanted to read this right now. It's called The New Boat. No, My Boat. Yeah. My Boat, there we go. Tried to memorize it.
All right, this is My Boat by Raymond Carver. When I was thinking of something to say at Mike's funeral, this is one of my favorite poems, and I thought it was quite fitting. Gotcha. My boat is being made to order. Right now, it leaves the hands of its builders. I've reserved a special place for it down at the marina. It's going to have plenty of room for it for all my friends: Richard, Bill, Chuck, Toby, Jim, Hayden, Gary, George, Herod, Don, Dick, Scott, Jeffrey, Jack, Paul, Jay, Morris, and Alfredo. They're all my friends. They know who they are. Tess, of course, I wouldn't go anywhere without her. And Christina, Mary, Catherine, Diane, Sally, Annick, Pat, Judith, Susie, Lynn, Annie Jane, Mona, Doug and Amy. They're family, but they're also friends, and they like a good time. There's room on my boat for just about everybody. I'm serious about this. There's a place on board for everybody's stories, my own, but also the ones that belong to my friends. Short stories, the ones that go on and on, the true, the made up, the ones already finished, the ones still being written. Poems too, lyric poems, and the longer, darker narratives. For my painter friends, paints and canvases will be on my boat. We'll have fried chicken, lunch meat, cheese, rolls, French bread, every good thing my friends and I like. A big basket of fruit in case anybody wants to say they had fruit. In case anyone wants to say he or she ate an apple or some grapes on my boat. Whatever my friends want, you name it, it'll be there. Soda pop of all kinds. Beer and wine, sure. No one will be denied anything on my boat. We'll go out into the sunny harbor, have fun. That's the idea. Just a good time all around. Not thinking about this or that, or getting ahead or falling behind. Fishing poles in case anybody wants to fish. The fish are out there. We may go a little way down the coast on my boat. Nothing too dangerous, nothing too serious. The idea is to simply enjoy ourselves and not get scared. We'll eat, drink, laugh a lot on my boat. I've always wanted to take one trip like this with my friends on my boat. If we want to, we'll listen to Schumann on the CBC. But that doesn't work out, okay. We'll switch to KRAB, The Who, The Rolling Stones. Whatever makes my friends happy. Maybe everyone will have their own radio on my boat. In any case, we're gonna have a big time, people are gonna have fun, and do what they wanna do on my boat.
Next, Mike's daughter Angie would like to say a few words about her dad.
I should preface this by saying Dad never asked me to speak at his funeral. Take that for what you will. So I've written and rewritten these words so many times. It's hard to aptly describe my dad and what he meant to me. He had so many facets to him. There are many qualities I admired about him, and if I'm being honest, probably even felt a little intimidated by. His wit, humor, and mind were razor sharp. I always felt like my dad could speak with intelligence on nearly any topic and create just about anything he put his mind to, obviously, including 4-course meals. Looking around at the legacy of his effort, I'm in awe at what he built. He had an incredible talent for creating spaces with his own hands for his family and friends to gather. I kind of think he just wanted to create these cozy cocoons to keep his family close. He and Doreen did that so well. Their home and backyard are a haven for everyone. But to speak of my dad only in glowing terms would be a disservice to his humanness. You know, at times he could be a very difficult pain in the ass, and I think he would agree with that. We could butt heads like no other. In some ways we were polar opposites, and other times probably too close alike. In addition to the laughs, a few tears were shed too. I never completely figured him out. And I'm sure he'd say the same about me. But between us, there was always love and a constant tether that kept us from drifting too far apart. And that tether is Doreen. So I'm gonna pivot for just a moment. My parents divorced when I was 2, and Dad married my beloved Doreen when I was 4. As you heard, they met at Heron School of Art and lived a rather bohemian lifestyle in downtown Indy in those early years. And I have such fond memories from that time. Josh and I would come from a very suburban home life at my mom's to this vibrant artistic world with Dad and Doreen in the heart of Indy. It was like being transported to an exotic land of like sights, sounds, and smells where there was no shortage of adventure. We went to the Children's Museum, Indianapolis Art Museum, walks to the park with their Newfoundland Natasha. I love that dog. Picnics with Mary Lou. A couple of ill-fated camping excursions. Think rain every single time. Lots of family reunions. We were always on the go. And then when they had Addison and later Lewis, my childhood dreams came true. Real live baby dolls of my very own. Cabbage Patch dolls became Chump Change. Through it all and the turbulence that can come from being between 2 divorced parents, Doreen has always been that lighthearted, calming presence in my life. She's carried that same sense of presence, fun, and imagination from all of our childhoods into the lives of her grandkids. You've given them a space to be creative and to believe in this spark that they can inject in their own lives. You're the grandma who can probably go toe-to-toe reciting Harry Potter lines from memory and handcraft any costume to match. Yes, Dad built the castle and you filled it with magic, and together you were the dream team. You softened Dad's edges. You helped him stay connected. You created space for me to keep showing up when things were hard between us. So in addition to honoring Dad, I couldn't let this day pass without saying thank you. Thank you for being that steady, stable presence from when I was a little 4-year-old girl to now. Thank you for loving him and all of us with such patience and kindness. And thank you for helping make my relationship with my dad better. I love my dad with all my heart, and I'll miss him so deeply, and I love you so much, and I'm so grateful you're in my life. I know it would not have been the same without you.
And next, is Addison here? Oh, there, right there. I'm sorry.
I thought Josh was next. No, I can go.
You good?
Sure.
Okay, Addison has written an original poem for his dad.
Are we not going to sing a song? We can sing a song. Oh, no, I thought we were. You want to do that first? No, I'll do this. Yeah. I just wrote down some thoughts, and that turned into a poem, and it's very rough. Pops, so encouraging. Thought of things very differently. He was an architect by mind, an accountant by trade. Hell of a mind for numbers and figuring out a problem. The best man on your side if you were in a bind. Only ever asked, how can I help? After letting you know where you screwed up. Though he'd also let you know he made parade floats from scratch, but more often than not scavenged and reconstituted what he had made before because of people's budgets. I don't know what he would have made if there was no constraints. He engineered like a motherfucker and cooked like his life depended on it. His flavors were strong and masterful. He knew what he wanted. Though he always was fine with a drink and some good music. A film lover, a book connoisseur. He was my introduction to reading and what books are out there, and reading out loud. Seldomly do I read aloud and not think on my thoughts. Often he'd offer a passage that caught his eye, or a song that kept in his ear, that he thought we'd enjoy. He had his baby on his chest with the newspaper outstretched in front of him, reading all the current events to his newborn. His infant just entering the world, not even interested in the comics yet. But he made sure his children were shown the world, wanted to introduce us to all religions and let us make up our minds. But the clergy that most comes to mind with Pops is Orthodox atheist. He was quick with a joke and a question. I was shocked to find out that not only did my social proclivities come from my father, but so did my mother's. He helped. It says vaccinated her social butterfly. That can't be it. Yeah. He showed her how you can just start a conversation with someone you've just met and show someone a great time when you host them at a party. Give them something they'd never imagined. He helped give to my imagination and my confidence. He's here right now while I read this. Okay, great. Well, do you want to? Oh, sure. I actually. Okay, so we're about to have anybody who wants to speak come up, and I thought I would start that out by reading a barbecue sauce recipe that he created. So anybody else who wants to follow me, come on up. This is Mike's Basic Sauce. Tomato base, chocolate hint, some sweet, thick. 1 cup ketchup, 1/4 cup cider vinegar, 1 tablespoon balsamic vinegar, 2 tablespoons cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon cumin ground, 2 tablespoons hot sauce, half a teaspoon liquid smoke, 2 tablespoons Worcestershire sauce, 1/4 teaspoon sesame oil, 1 teaspoon black pepper, 1 tablespoon paprika, half a teaspoon dry mustard, 2 tablespoons brown sugar, 2 tablespoons white vinegar, 1 tablespoon molasses, 1/4 cup water. Bring all ingredients to a boil. Simmer for half hour. Note in quantities listed, sauces will fit in a 16-ounce ketchup bottle. Casey Classic will be slightly over.
How's it going? Like Josh, Mike asked me to speak at his funeral on a 4th of July, and so I didn't want to break that promise. So I found a little something, but just as context. Ooh, let's stay on Mike. I first knew Mike Rogers. Thanks, sweet. The way that I think a lot of folks here did through my friendship with Addison and Lewis. For 23 years, been chatting with him on my way in through the basement with the guys. But I think over that time, and a lot of 4th of Julys, recognizing someone who saw the world a little bit differently, the way that I do, but also coming to literature the way that I do, which is from kind of a slant. So I don't want to lose the crowd. Got a lot of people who love Mike. I'm going to cut what I selected a little bit short, but I'm still going to read it to keep my promise. We're going to find a good spot. Okay. A word extending itself ever outward, the tone of agreement or treaty, the tone of repose, the sense of mollifying silence, the tone of hail and farewell, a word that carries the sunlit ardor of an object deep in a drenching room, the argument of binding touch, but it's only a sequence of pulses on a dullish screen, and all it can do is make you pensive. A word that spreads a longing through the raw sprawl of the city and out across the dreaming bournes and orchids to the solitary hills. Peace. Thanks.
Started writing something, but I got about halfway through and wasn't able to finish. I've been under the weather, so I just had a quick stories. I mean, I love my dad to death. He was such a unique man. It's like when you're a kid, like my dad's better than your dad. Well, I thought that all my life. There's never been another father I could have imagined myself having. I don't drink anymore, but back in the days, he and I were best of buddies. Still are, but we had some great times back then. One of the things I did recall was the old gray house. I think Angie and I were there for the summer. Dad went, he was working in the county with Ron Killian. So he comes home, it was a big long day. Angie and I and Meredith thought it'd be really funny to go up there and say, "Oh, Daddy's home, let's give a big hug and kisses." It's like, well, who's gonna do it? It's like, you go do it, Josh. I'm like, okay. So he's walking up, long day. I'm sure he's tired. He just wants to go in, have a drink, whatever. So I go up there and I'm like, hey, Dad, great to see you. Give me all these kisses and stuff. I've missed you so much. And Dad just kind of looks at me like that. You know, he walks into the house, turns around and looks at me and goes, you look like I enjoyed that. About that small. But that was Dad. He was no nonsense. But he gave me the shirt off his back, you know. I remember as a kid I would, you know, cry about wanting a toy or something. I want to get a Hot Wheel. This was like the old apartment, I think, in Indy, and you know, they're like, what, $1? Dad's like, I'll make you a car. I meant to bring that today. I still have it. He got his wood set out. He made me this nice little car. I thought that was the greatest thing ever. I took it to show and tell at school, 2nd grade. Speaking of barbecue sauce, it was back when they were, well, it's called low carb. What's the guy's name?
Atkins?
Atkins, thank you. They weren't doing sauces, they were just making chicken. I was like, yeah, any barbecue sauce, Daddy? He's like, no, but I can make some. I'm like, it's gonna taste like crap. So Dad's making his barbecue sauce. I'm like, why didn't we just go to Mars and get this little bottle? I swear to God, it tasted just like, you know, barbecue sauce. I was so shocked that you could actually make this stuff. It was so freaking good. But that was Dad. I remember coming here and saying, let's go to the bar, Dad. He's like, no, it's fine here. I'm like, hey, it's like the bar atmosphere. You get to talk to people. It's like, tell you what, I'll put on a little outfit. I'll come serve you your drinks. I'm like, that's fine, Dad. But he would give me the shirt off his back. He's helped me so many times at my house. And I know Lewis and Angie, I think. It took a whole summer, but we put a fence up in our backyard, you know. A lot of drinks. Hey, you ready for a shot, Daddy? I'm ready for a shot. All right. We'll see you next weekend. But I love my old man. It's one of the greatest men I've ever known. And I'm going to miss him a lot. And I'm glad you guys all came out today to join us. And thank you. Love you.
Now we're gonna have a little. Here's the microphone. Now we're going to have a little bit more music. Addison and Lewis are going to sing "Must Be in a Good Place Now."
Thanks everybody for being here. I know most of you probably don't really know Dad, so hopefully this isn't too boring. But we really appreciate you being here. And really all of you were his friends, but he didn't really have any friends. Wild apple trees are blooming all around. I must be in a good place now. Sunshine coming through a rainbow-colored sky paints pretty pictures in my mind. What a good day to go fishing. Watch the sunset in the hills. I dream of my yesterday and tomorrow. Hopes that you'll be with me still. I saw a butterfly and I named it after you. Name has such a pleasant sound. Love is all around, and all I see is you. I must be in a good place now. I I must be in a good place now.
Yesterday, I listened to an album Mike loved, the soundtrack to the movie Jazz on a Summer's Day, a documentary on the Newport Jazz Festival in 1960. Toward the end of the soundtrack, Louis Armstrong, whose birthday was today, July 4th, played 3 songs that seemed perfect for this 4th of July gathering, really almost uncanny in their appropriateness as a tribute to Mike. The last number was When the Saints Go Marching In. And I thought inevitably of Mike's passing. But before that, Louis Armstrong played 2 songs written by a Bloomington guy, Hoagy Carmichael, Up a Lazy River and Old Rocking Chair. And as I listened to Armstrong's trumpet solos, I thought how perfectly fitting these songs were for today and Mike's memory. A Hoosier summer day and soulfulness and ease. I think Mike would love it if we all felt some of that today in his memory. So if you will, could you get out your song sheet? And I hope maybe Lewis or Addison or somebody will kick us off.
Oh, I might as well. I need one of those too.
You do too.
I need that. Okay. Yeah, please. Okay, we're gonna sing this. I haven't played this very much. But it's fitting. We all know this song. We'll just keep rocking. Thanks everybody for being here. Thanks so much, guys. On the road again. Just can't wait to get on the road again. Like my love is making music with my friends. And I can't wait to get on the road again. Road again, going places that I've never been, seeing things that I may never see again. I can't wait to get on that road again. On the road again, like a band of gypsies, we go down the highway. We're the best of friends, and it seems that the world keeps turning our way, and our way is on the road again. I can't wait to get on that road again. The life I love is making music with my friends. I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again, like a band of gypsies, we go down the highway. We're the best of friends, and it seems that the world keeps turning our way, and our way is on the road again. Can't wait to get on that road again. La da 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 da. Like my love is making music with my friends, and I can't wait to get on the road again.
One more time?
Yep. On the road.
I can't wait to get on the road again. Hey, just one more time, and that's it. Everybody. Now let's get the party.
Thanks, let's party. We're gonna be playing jazz over here. There's getting in the pool, there's food, everything. Thank you all for everybody. Thank you to Steve. We love you so much. Oh yes. And if we could move the chairs, if everybody could take a chair and move it to the deck and see it like in a normal place, like put it look nice. You know, just throw it up there.
Hey Dad, you owe me $100. You told me when I was a kid if I could ever sing that perfectly like Willie Nelson, he'd owe me $100. I think that's pretty close. I thought I pretty nailed it too on my Willie Nelson.
You should wreck it since you're getting the new one.
In honor to mine.
Oh, last. So you was probably coming in.
I didn't even.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Look forward to playing with you.
I don't know.
How you doing?
Doing great.
Thanks.
Doing great,
Thanks
boys.
for filming, Dave.
Hey.
What do you want to play, Matt? Do you have any preferences? Or you want just like, you could also just blow on things if you don't want to play the hits.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I don't want to necessarily call anything right now.
Great. You take your, okay, that's great. I love that. You just take it. You should just blow if you want.
Yeah.
And do backgrounds. Do whatever you want.
All right.
Okay. We could do A-Train.
A-Train it is.
Cool.
You got the intro?
I always gotta figure that out.
Or don't?
Yeah, totally. Yep. Let's not
Don't
do that.
figure it out.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. that good? Yeah, that's it. All right, nice. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Back up on my Caitlin Moore. Here I go singing low. Bye bye, blackbird. Where someone waits for me, sugar sweet and so is she. Bye bye, blackbird. One year clever understand me. Oh, what hard luck stories they are. Make my bed, light my light, I'll arrive late tonight. Blackbird, bye bye. Someone with me, sugar sweet and so is she. Bye bye, blackbird. One year lover understand me. Oh, I thought it they all had. So make my bed and light my light. I'll ride at night, blackbird, blackbird. Is that good? That's it? Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Alright, let's take it from one. Oh, Yeah. What else do we know?
Nature Boy's in there.
Oh, I would do that. I'd do that real slow. I don't know, that was pretty slow. Maybe should we do something in between?
No, no.
That's a good point.
Here's the deal, we can play it slow, and he can play a Roomba under it.
Okay.
Which is a lot of notes, which feels fast. So you're getting the best of both
All right,
worlds.
I can dig
Remember
that.
how we do it? That
Yeah. Right, totally. That's right.
mind if I pull it out?
That's right. Yes.
In the back of the plate. There it is. Is that the key to like it in?
I think I would, yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Cool.
What's a D and we moved it down?
Ah, no shit. But it's
Because
got
it goes up down. I know it at some point.
right.
What's the 7? 1 through 5?
Yes. Yeah, you guys just vamp on that for a second. It's real quick. There was a boy, a very strange enchanted boy. They said he traveled very far over land and sea. And shine inside of eyes, a very smile was he. I went there one day, on magic day came my way. But we talked of many things, this he said to me, the greatest thing ever burned is just to love, be loved, returned.
a boy, a very strange enchanted boy. They say you travel very far, over land and sea. Little shy, sad about very wide was he. And one day, one magic lady came my way. Oh, we talked of many things. He said to me, greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love even in
Oh, I like that one.
Woo! Thank you.
You do that one real good, Liv.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Right.
It's a really weird chord sequence.
It is.
It took me, like, I can't just pull this one out of my pocket. Those bees come out of nowhere.
They sure do. They sure do.
I got a double take on this.
I know, don't you? But we kept it together. Really good. I need some water.
Hydration to the station.
For real.
I'm gonna take my.
You should.
Yeah, the sun is not beating down my bald head, so I'm gonna use my hat holder for its intended purpose.
Got any thoughts, Danny? Oh man, whatever. All right. Okay. I love it. Can I see this? Let's look at this real book.
Yeah, cool.
Let's do something in here. Could we do all the things you want?
Oh yeah.
Yeah? You good on that? Okay. Ooh, I just turned to blue. No, that's. I would do that too.
Blue and green. That's another one I struggle with. I have to have the chart. I'm like,
You know what? I saw
well, where are
it.
the extra measures?
I saw it and I was thinking on Green Dolphins too. I'd love to play. Yes,
I love that one.
Let's do
know
that.
it.
Let's do that later. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I love that one.
Not blue and green. We'll leave that for pros. Yeah.
Are we playing the intro?
We'll play the intro.
Okay.
So I go. But all right. Yep.
Wait, do I hit Do I hit up?
It goes from D flat. Yeah. The first one. Yeah. There.
For a second, I thought I was hitting an answer note. We're gonna go with that. I'm gonna hit the one.
You can do either. Both sound nice. It never hurts to do a third. No, but do the root. That would be
Yeah,
easier
root
probably
is-
on my part. 1, 2, 3.
know who Mark Rebo is?
Mark Rebo?
You would love Mark Rebo. You're playing, that was Mark Rebo right there.
Alright, hell yeah.
He played with, most famously played with Tom Waits.
Of course.
But he also played with Elvis Costello, and then he did a bunch of solo stuff.
What do you think is cool guitar from Tom Waits?
Yeah, it's all Mark Rebo. All that really out shit, that like, ah!
Right.
That's him.
All
man.
right, I'll take it.
He did a great Cuban album with a trio.
It's fancy.
Do you know Los Postizos? God, you know everything, dude. You're like, you're a walking discography. Let's play Stump Danny sometime.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We know any records that Danny Decker does not.
That's a good point.
No, it's great. I finally figured it out right at the end. Green Dolphin? I know we were wondering about that. Is it in the book?
I thought it would be in
is
the
it
book,
not
but it's
in
not.
one?
There's never anything you want in the book.
Shit.
So what? How does it go?
Bye.
I love you.
I'm not gonna get the whole thing. I'm gonna get bits and pieces.
Yeah. Oh,
Green
yeah.
Dolphin?
Exactly.
I know. Totally. No, it's okay. Sure that was.
I know.
I know. Is it
Wait,
under
what'd you say?
on?
Yep. Yeah, you can get it. Yeah, we can get you on the microphone. Okay, you wanna try it? What do you think? What do you think, Matt? Here we go. Alright, just stand there.
I did.
Nice.